911. What's your emergency?
My name is Aryan Sharma. Someone's trying to kill me. Room 203 puzzles, a list with my name.
He explained, voice shaking. The operator listened, calm.
Are you safe?
I'm hiding in the stairwell, but I think they're in the building.
Police were on their way. Aryan's phone buzzed. Unknown number.
Don't answer. Stay hidden.
But Aryan's curiosity won.
You broke the rules. Go to the roof, or the police will find a body in the stairwell.
Panic, he told the operator.
Don't go. Officers are almost there.
Footsteps thundered up the stairs.
Who is it? Police or the killer?
Aryan had to choose, stay and risk being found, or go to the roof and face the unknown.
I can't wait. I have to move.
The trap was closing. Aryan's next step would decide his fate. The killer was near. The police were closer. Time was up. Aryan bolted for the roof, chased by fear and footsteps. He burst into the cold night, city lights below, wind whipping. A lone figure stood at the edge, tall, dark, waiting.
You came, one last puzzle.
Why are you doing this?
It's about the story.
The man advanced. Aryan slipped, teetering near the edge. Suddenly the door crashed open.
Police! Freeze!
The man lunged, but the officer tackled him. Aryan scrambled to safety, gasping. The nightmare was over, almost. The officer cuffed the attacker. Aryan was safe but shaken. The game had ended on the rooftop. But the story wasn't finished. Not yet. S1. Media Group. Close-up of grateful person under harsh rooftop lighting. Emotional conversation on rooftop at night at stock and at distribute_equally. Thank you. Police swarmed the building, their radios crackling with urgency as they moved from floor to floor. Aryan, wrapped in a blanket, sat shivering on the cold stairwell, his mind racing to make sense of the chaos unfolding around him. The world he thought he knew had just been shattered, and every sound echoed with new meaning.
The man at the center of suspicion was Victor, a former security guard who had always seemed a little too watchful. But as the investigation deepened, it became clear Victor wasn't acting alone. There was another presence, someone even more deeply embedded in the building's daily life.
In the dimly lit basement, police uncovered a hidden surveillance room, walls lined with monitors, shelves stacked with tapes, and journals filled with meticulous notes. It was a secret nerve center, tracking every movement, every conversation, every secret of the residents above. Someone had been watching the residents for years, turning their private lives into a twisted form of entertainment. Every hallway, every apartment, every whispered conversation had been observed and recorded.
The journal, filled with detailed observations and chilling sketches, belonged to Mrs. Desai, the kindly old woman everyone trusted. Her neat handwriting chronicled the lives of her neighbors with unsettling precision.
Mrs. Desai? The sweet old lady next door? Aryan could hardly believe it. She had always offered him tea and a warm smile, never hinting at the secrets she kept hidden behind her gentle demeanor.
Police entered her apartment to find her sitting calmly before a wall of monitors, her face illuminated by the flickering screens. She didn't flinch or protest. She simply watched them, as if she had been expecting this moment all along. As the officers approached, she offered a subtle, knowing smile. It was the smile of someone who had orchestrated every move, who had always been in control.
Did you enjoy the show, Aryan? It was a thrilling story, wasn't it? Her words sent a chill down his spine, as if she had been narrating his life all along.
Aryan was stunned, unable to speak. The true mastermind, the puppeteer behind every strange event, had been right beside him, hidden in plain sight. The building had been her stage, the residents her unwitting characters in a drama only she understood. Every day, every interaction had been part of her elaborate script.
I never suspected. Not for a moment. How could anyone have guessed the truth?
The police led her away, her hands cuffed but her composure unbroken. Even as she disappeared down the hallway, her enigmatic smile lingered, haunting those she left behind. The story was over, but the scars, emotional and psychological, remained etched in the minds of everyone involved. Trust had been shattered and innocence lost. Aryan's world would never be the same. The comfort of home had been replaced by a lingering sense of unease, a fear that privacy was just an illusion. The Watcher had finally been unmasked, but the revelation left more questions than answers. How deep did her influence go? How many secrets had she uncovered? Even with her gone, the fear would never fully fade. Shadows seemed longer, and every creak in the hallway brought a fresh wave of anxiety. The game had changed Aryan forever. He was left to pick up the pieces, knowing that some mysteries never truly leave us. They linger, just out of sight, behind the curtain. The truth emerged. Mrs. Desai, a failed writer, had orchestrated everything. Her life had been a series of disappointments, her dreams of literary fame shattered. But she found a new way to weave her stories, using the lives of her unsuspecting neighbors as her canvas. She saw her neighbors as characters, their fear her entertainment. Each scream, each moment of paranoia, was a chapter in her twisted narrative. She meticulously documented their lives, turning their mundane routines into a sinister plot.
I can't trust the silence anymore. Every creak, every whisper, feels like a part of her story. It's like living in a nightmare where the lines between reality and fiction blur. I check for cameras, listen for whispers. The paranoia is overwhelming, making it impossible to feel safe in my own home. Every shadow seems to hide a secret, every sound a clue to her next move.
1 week later, Arian received a package, no return address. It was small, unassuming, yet it carried the weight of dread. He hesitated before opening it, fearing what new horror it might contain. Inside, a cassette tape with his name. The sight of it sent chills down his spine. What could be on it? What new torment had she devised? He played it, his own ordeal recorded from start to finish. Every moment of fear, every whispered doubt captured in excruciating detail. It was as if she had been there, living his terror alongside him. Mrs. Desai had bugged his apartment too. She had turned his sanctuary into a stage, his life into her latest masterpiece. The realization was devastating. At the end, her voice whispered,
"Wasn't that a wonderful story, Arian?" Her voice was calm, almost soothing, but it carried a chilling undertone. She reveled in his fear, feeding off his helplessness. Every good story has a sequel. Her words hung in the air, a promise of more to come. The tapes were just the beginning. The most curious characters always come back for more. Should they? The question lingered, a challenge and a threat.
The tape clicked off, leaving Arian in silence. The quiet was deafening, filled with the echoes of her voice and the weight of her words. He stared at the shadows, wondering if the game was truly over, or was it just beginning? The uncertainty gnawed at him.
Curiosity brought me here. It was a dangerous curiosity, one that had led him into her web. Will it haunt me forever? The fear was inescapable, a shadow that followed him everywhere.
The story had ended, but the fear remained. It was a lingering presence, a constant reminder of her control. Arian's life was changed, forever watched, forever wary. He could never go back to the way things were. The line between safety and danger had vanished. His home was no longer a refuge, but a place of constant vigilance. The Watcher's story was over, but the impact of her actions would linger, a dark cloud over his life. But Arian's was just beginning. He was now part of a story he never wanted to be in, and somewhere, a new tape was waiting to record the next chapter. The cycle of fear and curiosity would continue as long as there were stories to tell.